everybody gets in here and have ourselves a little bit of fun and whatever before we get down to the nitty and gritty, I guess. It's the only thing I could think of.
Close that.
There we go. Now, I used to be a skeptic about iPhones, and then I bought one, and I really love it. I used to be a skeptic about iPhone, and then I bought one, and I love it.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
So your house definitely does look a lot cleaner than it.
oh yeah, like it's even like when you compare it to like a normal log cow, I mean, come on, it's beautiful. I mean, there's clothes everywhere, but I'm a man. Come on. I was single for the longest time, but that's gonna be like there might be a girl around here at some point. Of age, don't worry. I checked.
It is for sure girl.
I yeah, no. I checked that too. I was like, because like she was so uncomfortable about talking about her past because it's kind of fucked up. And when she said she had something that she was uncomfortable talking about, I was like, damn it! I hope it's not. I have a dick. And it wasn't. Thank God.
Definitely would be screwed there.
And I'd be like, nope, done. But no, she just has a really traumatic past, and it's really it makes me feel bad for her. But she knows about all my stuff too, and she's still the only thing she's a little weird about is like she's 19.
So tell me a little bit about your podcast and stuff. Like, how many people do you usually get in? No, not your podcast, but your Twitch.
I like
Well, give me a second. How many people do you usually get in there at a time, or
um
what's it? What all do you do?
I haven't really paid too much attention to the viewer count at all times. I think the highest I saw was like 27. Usually it comes in after. I've got like I think my one live stream is like over 400 views right now.
Well, that's not bad
And
at all.
yeah, I know, and I've only got 82 subs. I know I'm rocking some kind of good. Oh, I've got other videos over 100 right now. There's stuff that just all my stuff I created recently is just kind of going up little by bit.
Did you say you have 82 subs?
Just like 80, 82 subs basically.
Oh wow! So yeah.
I used to have 50. I went up from that when I did this stuff.
So you're actually peaking again.
Yeah, I know I'm growing again, so it looks like I found a bit of a niche. And then the whole making fun of Godwinson thing kind of, or at least people in the sector thing kind of came up when one of my friends from Robert's server, that's a really cool guy, started just like talking about it, and I kind of got a little inspired to do a thing and came up with a theme and a graphic, and it didn't go as planned, and Godwinson points that out, but I'd like to also point out that, like, hey, I carried the thing and got all that thing's still getting views, and it's mostly an hour of the back of a ghoul's head.
Like before we get into the whole Godwin thing, I want to like, how did you meet Robert Fetty? Where did you come in on that? Where did
Oh
you
yeah,
guys?
when me and Fatty met, he was like 15, and I would play Yu-Gi-Oh with him in the comic book shop. But back when I went there, and I would meet him almost like every day or every time I'd go there. Not every day, but every Wednesday or so when I'd go. Um, I think it was Wednesday, but we'd play Yu-Gi-Oh and hang out. And I think I was one of the few people that was probably nice to him. It seemed like, um, or at least just treated him like a normal dude and not like a big puffball. But he was a really nice kid, and I'd have good memories of him, at least back then. And then he went away for a fucking, I don't know, he just disappeared for ages and didn't pop up again until the whole Airsoft Fatty thing. And iDubbbz, and I was like, hey, oh my god, I know that guy, and my friend at the time was like, really? I was like, yeah, I'll introduce you, I'll let you guys meet, and that's kind of history at that point.
Well, I seen that video of y'all like trying to give him some kind of therapy session.
Oh yeah, that was
So,
a stream
what was
recording.
that?
That was a stream recording that was we were trying to kind of get Fatty to be real and like, because I don't know, he's got a lot of issues. I forgot exactly what we were trying to do, but we had the best intentions. We weren't trying to out him or yell at him or be mean to him or gang up on him, and unfortunately we were kind of being real with him, and Josh was streaming and no one really knew.
So
And that was kind of
none of that was actually staged at all.
yeah, no, like it was definitely we were trying to like, I don't know, I forgot what we were trying to do. We were just trying to have a real talk with him and be like, look, dude, things are about to get really real, really difficult and stuff like that. And because he's out there with some stuff sometimes. And I didn't realize how bad his mentality was until I saw him as an adult and I was like, holy crap. But I felt bad for him though. I've always felt nothing but bad for him. Even when I talk shit about him, I still feel bad about him because he's a victim of his own bullshit.
Has he ever tried reaching out to you since then or anything?
No, I know one of my friends, my friend who also sells me weed. I'm not gonna give a name, obviously, but he saw him in the store once and offered to give him weed.
I'm surprised he didn't take that off.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of shocked he didn't take it. He said he didn't recognize him and for a bit, and I was like, oh no, trust me, if you see Chris, you know it's him. He's got one of those unique kind of looks and just a way about him. That and his voice, his personality, everything about him is kind of unique.
So do me a favor. Send me that Godwin clip.
Oh, you mean I couldn't. I didn't know how to get any actual clips, but I do have a notepad with timestamps if that'll work.
Just send me the video. We're just gonna
Okay.
we'll cut through the video here and there.
Okay, yeah, I'll get that. I know where to find that pretty easily. Because I'm subscribed to his channel. Oddly enough, I like some of his content. Like he does good videos. That like I can't really deny that. Like his Chud Buds video he just did. I have to actually give him props on that, even in my stream that I'm gonna do, because he is he legit kind of blew the lid off of that. Definitely got me to like. I was defending Flamenco for a while there because I didn't think he was actually a pedophile. Oh, can't do that no more because he is. I'm not gonna defend him anymore. Not gonna die on that hill. It's not worth it.
Why is he coming after you though?
Oh, well, at first this guy Kinoshe, who apparently now is known as Randy, Kinoshe swatted me, and maybe the swatting call didn't play on my stream or whatever, but I tried to do that, and he swatted me, and we're pretty sure he swatted me because it was with a robotic voice, and that was all he was known to use at the time was robotic voices.
Do you have
and
the clip of that?
What?
Do you have the clip of that?
Oh yeah. Let me.
I definitely want to see this.
Yeah, no, it's about 2 minutes too. If that tells you anything about what the police were probably doing on their end. After that, it was complete silence about me until I put up a stream, that original stream that he did, but I did like 3 videos after that till he responded. And the thing was, I thought he wasn't gonna respond, and I was gonna run out of shit, and I was just gonna burn out, and it was gonna be the end of it. And he finally responded. I was like, "Thank God, I can continue." So I was overjoyed when he did his video when he went live.
So you are happiest about the randomest things, like.
Oh man, like it's this. I've stuck with this for 12 years. You know how many amount of people have posted my shit, called me a pedo, and all that shit. dude, I've got an iron shield up at this point. You're not gonna hurt me with those words. And besides, I've been in high school. They said a lot worse shit than that. I mean, honestly, in my opinion, that was worse in high school. But no, and that I just love. I love that I can just I laid out some things in that video and just a lot of intentional stuff, and he hit pretty much everything. He pointed attention to pretty much everything I wanted. Used me as a dagger towards a couple of people. I love that video. That was great.
Well, let's see that video.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I posted that. It's above the MP3 I posted. Wait. Oh shit. Sorry.
I mean, your
It's in the announcements in my Discord. Sorry, I thought I didn't. Whoops. That's okay. That's funny. During his video, I posted Discord. I spammed Discord invites in his chat, and no one really came. I was hoping to get like a raid or something, or a bunch of people storming in.
No one makes you look thin.
And
no other pedo's
but
crimes
he and that I think I was shadow banned in his chat because I was shitting on him earlier in his stream, and no one said anything.
Oh wow. What do I got going on here?
But
where is your? I want to pop out of the window.
Yeah, nothing he said bothered me because none of it's really true. Not even the thing with my roommate. Like, come at me. I've got all kinds of angles.
Alright, so
and like, just because the roommate's moving out doesn't mean that wasn't going to happen originally because of his health, anyways. I mean, I'm only one guy, and he's got some medical issues that I can't just handle myself. A lot of people don't realize that. So him moving out has nothing to really do with the Godwinson thing. It's just kind of he's moving.
For some reason,
he's probably gonna be taken after by like 2 people.
Oh yeah.
A couple of friends that he met through other friends, and I hope he that's good for him, because like I'm always worried. Hey, what if he gets knocked unconscious or like has a diabetic seizure, and I have to worry about moving his 200-pound ass? Like that scares the shit out of me.
I'm playing with my Discord.
And I don't want to have to waiting for the ambulance is not really an option in those situations.
I'm playing with my Discord here real quick, so give me a second.
Oh no, you're good.
Or not my Discord, but
don't worry, I can kill dead air. Oh, I can kill dead air. I can fight that shit all day. You should see me. You should see that stream. I did it for an hour and a half. It's just funny. He talks about how my game froze, and you failed. No. My game froze, but it caused me to win because I carried for a half hour and did great and provided enough gold for you to bant on for 3 hours. I call that winning. And enough for this response in another stream. So how's that a loss?
I have no idea.
Like, yeah, no, and I knew one day too my talkativity and loving to talk would come into play. One way or another. But no, I'm been really, I made sure to make, like, especially for my roommate, to like chill out for 2 days, keep things, because he was stressed out afterward, and I can understand that. But he honestly, it sounded like it got to him more than it really would have me. But he's not used to internet stuff. Like sounds like he hasn't been around on the internet as much as I have.
Right.
Because I've even got a pass before iDubbbz. iDubbbz was just when I poked my head out of the shadows one time. I've got a pass on the internet that goes back to like 2010, at least. That's at least the like more notable thing. That's like the only thing noteworthy I've done was during then. Everything else was just dumb. I know I did it all under my actual name though.
Oh, did you?
Hell, Godwinson's just It's too bad he can't get the old videos I deleted off my YouTube channel where I talked to another YouTuber from old days. It's no longer a YouTuber. He could have torn me apart on those. They were cringe.
I'm trying to figure out.
But those are on another channel and removed, so that channel has been other videos on it now.
It's probably the worst podcast I've ever had. Not by you, but by the fact that I can't get you captured on my OBS.
I love when he was like, them's fighting words, and I'm like, do it. You gonna come across the ocean, boy? Come on, let's go. Like, you know, those fighting words, okay? I'm from the country, man. You say that, I get ready for Rumble. No, I don't want no IRL shit like that. IRL fighting's kind of dumb. I think it should be. I do like the IRL boxing stuff though. That stuff is neat. Like if someone's like, oh, I want to box you, and then the other person takes the challenge up. If that actually happens, that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
That's a neat. It's a neat dynamic to see actual conflict that's not like staged or scripted. Like hell, the one fight that I loved the most was that whole Sam Hyde thing. That was gold. Those clips are gonna be going around for years to come.
What do you think about the Logan Paul fight?
Oh, I didn't watch it because I don't really care about Logan Paul that much. But I'm glad he's actually finding success in boxing and beating people. And whereas like you look at the other guy, what's that? The guy that's against him starts with a K. The I don't want to be a dick, but the black guy, and he's British. But he KSI, that guy, he's winning fights, but they're against nobodies. And whereas Logan Paul's going against heavy hitters and big dudes and beating the shit out of them, so it's like, yeah, I'll give Logan props for that. Whereas KSI, you need to step it up, man. Those are rookie numbers that you're punching. You need to start punching on some actual numbers.
Most definitely.
Because he's talking about a bunch of shit, but he's got nothing to back it up.
I hate it when people do that. What's the name of your channel again on YouTube?
Whereas this situation, my mom said I was poking a bear, and I was like, Mom, you don't realize though, I'm behind a wall of plexiglass poking a bear. Bear can't get me. So I realized that when the SWAT.
Greatest ally Israel says IRL fighting is smart if it's a pedo.
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, yeah. I'm more of a kind of guy. Like I don't try to avoid it if it's gonna happen, but I try to use it as like don't just rush into I want to fight you in real life. It's really stupid. I've always been a strategic person. Even that stream, it doesn't seem like it. That was all strategically thought out. Like most of that shit, except for the can drop. There's a part where he comments on me dropping a can just on my floor for no reason. I was like, oh, I didn't catch that. That was epic. I love that. Base can drop. Let's go.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and get out of that. I'm gonna get into the more serious topics with you now.
Oh yeah, no, that's good.
I got my stream fixed again.
Yeah.
I don't know what I did. I hit the wrong button. So what's this about everybody calling you a pedo?
Oh yeah, that was back in that was like 12 years ago now. Friggin' I had this lady working for me because back then I lived in a pigsty that makes this look perfectly clean. It was actually bad, like really bad. And she helped us clean it. But like one 4th of July, she introduced us to her 14-year-old daughter. She introduced me to her 14-year-old daughter. Then apparently, according to her daughter, talked me up while she was home with her daughter, but told her, do not, just to stay away from me, like the teen's gonna fucking listen. And although she gave her my address, but she worked with me through DHS to help clean my house, so if any mental health people out there would know that she broke HIPAA, giving out details about me to her daughter and her other family members. And then when she went...
ally Israel says, I'm guessing she was 14 and you were 21?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was how it was. Um,
Did you know that at
and
the time?
yeah, I would admit I knew it. I was stupid back then. I thought age didn't matter. I was a retard. I should have known better. I should have been like a lot more. I don't know what you call it. A lot smarter and just either that or do it like because like most of the problem back then was not having a girlfriend, and that can I've learned that can get you into a really nasty trap where you get really desperate and then you'll just go after the first person that accepts you. Um, and I after that I've been single for like 10 years. Dude, I've kind of lived the celibate life. Kind of I've learned a lot of stuff to like, oh, if it gets like when I like he mentions in the video porn getting boring and they, oh no, you just go rape kids. No, I just cut myself off and I don't touch it and pretend it's not attached to my body.
No,
I
I know me like okay, I've done time in prison, okay, but
yeah.
it's for guns and drugs and stuff like that.
Yeah, no,
Like
I did time in county.
so me coming up to me coming up and like let's say if you were in prison, we rip your name
Yeah.
tag off of you and we call our people and they give us your background if you want
Yeah.
to tell us. So if we found out that you were in there for being a pedo or a pedo, however you want to put it,
Yeah.
like you guys pretty much are the scum of the earth. That's is that how you feel sometimes from that case?
I feel bad about it, but there's nothing I can do to change it. The only thing I can do is just never do it, never even approach that again. I mean, it says, I will say it probably does say on my registry, I don't know for sure that that's a repeat offense, I'm a repeat offender or whatever. That's bullshit. I was on probation and I went to go see to a family gathering where my little cousins were there and I didn't even have any interactions with them. But I was honest about it with my probation officer, and she violated me and sent me to jail for 30 days over it.
So as of right now, even to this day, you cannot be around younger.
No, I can. Now I can. Not when I was on probation, though. That was only for like a couple of years. It was extended because I was in a abusive therapy class that was part of the people that they were the ones that pushed. They tried to send me to prison when I went to go see my cousins at that family gathering. But thankfully I was only given 30 days. But they were like, hey, it was they tried to like paint me as some deviant monster because I went to comic book shops.
So did you feel like at that time when you did that, you did have problems and that you were
um
a monster? Or
I'm in jail, or I'm not maybe not a monster, but I knew I had to reevaluate my life. I had to do things differently, and I couldn't go back to the way I was living. I had to change, for change myself for the better. If I didn't, I was gonna just end up in fucking prison or just dead. Probably dead because I don't think I'd survive in prison.
I mean, anymore you would, because they make prisons for pedophiles now, and
uh,
and hating on a
uh,
pedophile, I'm not, I,
well, I mean,
you
if
did
I
what
go
you
to
did.
prison for if I go to prison for anything else now, I mean that'll probably be brought up, but it'll be so old. I don't know if they'll fucking care.
They would care, trust me.
Oh,
The thing is though, like, but what I'm saying is like, you did what you did, and
yeah.
you don't have remorse for it, correct? Or you?
Oh no, I have remorse. I wish I didn't do it, but I can't undo it. So, and that's to me, that's like in the past. I've remorse and repented and all that, and sought forgiveness. Maybe not directly from the person, but I feel like apologizing is just me never ever being involved in her life again. Even though she's living like there's people that told me they checked up on her. She's living pretty good right now.
Greatest ally in Israel says, "By went to comic book shops. Do you mean look at Lolly?"
No, I mean like go to places where they sell Marvel comics, play Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering. Everyone smells like BO, and all the women need to usually be brought in with forklifts. Except for the ones that were like there to hang out with me. Like I've had a couple of sexy women brought there that were there to hang out with me. Of age, by the way, definitely of age, like well over the age of 18. They were college. I met them at college, and one of them I knew who was like a cougar. I knew her since like I was at like eight, like fresh out of high school in a group home. She was one of my staff. She was really hot. Uh, but I brought a couple of good looking women to that place, but it ain't no. hot spot for women. The music bar I go to is probably better than that.
I mean, like to me, I want you to hate me or anything, but
Yeah.
me being me, I can't condone in that kind of.
No, you're good. I don't. I wouldn't. I don't condone going with underage. Like if you're touching underage people, you should definitely not do that because it's just not. It's not worth it, and it's not. It's not good. It's not good for those people. And I think also like if you're an underage person and you're with an older person, you need to also reevaluate your life because that's not exactly a thing you might not want to be doing.
I mean, look, I'll look at it like this. My girlfriend, okay, she's 23.
Yeah.
I'm 38, 37, somewhere around there.
Yeah, so you get the whole, you kind of get that a little bit.
Oh no, I mean she's of age. She's 18.
Oh, well, yeah, she's of age, but I'm talking about dating a younger woman.
So like a 14-year-old, like, do they actually know what they're doing?
Yeah, I was to say. Well, I will say the girl that I was with, biggest red flag that should have hit me and should have kept me the fuck away from her was she said she'd gotten involved with older men before. And I was a dumbass and didn't take that as a warning sign to get the fuck away.
So,
So,
greatest ally said, you mean you go to shops with children in it?
there were some children there, but at the time I was not on probation. I wasn't breaking any laws, but I didn't really like. I don't like talk. I don't talk like literally don't talk to anyone anymore. Like I think one that I knew when he was quite young. He's all grown up now. He's like 18, and we used to play Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff. And he's a really cool dude. But that's about it. Like, and they're all like probably 18 by now. So, but honestly, they were little shits anyways. I didn't. There's a lot of them I didn't really like because they were annoying. Like, the older it seems I get, the more annoying teens and shit are, and it's like, no.
So, in other words, he's pretty much asking, are you victim blaming?
No, I'm not victim blaming. I'm not trying to victim blame. But trust me, I had fault in it. I had definitely had fault in it. There were multiple instances I had to go back and not do what I did, and I didn't choose to do that, so I had fault there. But I'm just saying, I'm not the only one who was putting fault into this.
So you guys met
But
more
I
than
will.
one time, right?
What?
You guys been together, you and her were together more than one time?
No, just the one. The crazy, suspicious thing was she would come over to my house at night. She said she gave her parents NyQuil, but after hearing about her mom just kind of egging it on, I kind of seemed like her mom just let her go, and she just lied to me because I don't know, she's a 14-year-old. I shouldn't believe her. But no, I was just we only did physical shit once, but we had seen each other like over a course of like maybe a month or two. It wasn't that long. But she definitely pursued me. I'm not victim blaming or anything. She definitely. I wasn't prowling the streets for minors. If people are getting that image, like I wasn't looking for people. I was looking for a girlfriend, but not like I was just being too desperate.
So did I'm sorry, did her mom actually know about you guys before you were doing anything, or?
That's a really good question because she very well could. I don't know how real. I didn't get to know. I didn't really get to know that family very much, so I don't really know how far how like where like. I just know. I just heard a lot of like crazy stuff that they're not good people and the community. Like after all this went down, they kind of got chased out of the community. Because they just didn't want they heard about she like that there was basically like a setup and that it wasn't all me and they were like, well, that's kind of despicable, you shouldn't do things like that. I think some people took it as she was basically using her daughter to try to get me locked up.
So I mean,
But I wouldn't, not gonna say that entirely, but
do you think maybe she was trying to get money out of the situation, or
possibly she might have been trying to get money.
did they ever
You're
ask?
you're
Did they ever
what?
did they ever ask you about money?
No, I don't think I was ever asked about money, but my parents lawyered up immediately. They like $7,000 lawyered up. I'm not like no joke. So there might not have been any, and either that or the way my parents probably handled it, there might have been discussions of money, and they might just told me to fuck right off. So
So I mean that.
I know my parents did a lot of court stuff without me to get me out of jail and into like a lockdown facility, AFC home.
So you feel like you paid to get out of the problem you was in. They
I don't
paid.
know. I mean, I eventually paid for it. Like we eventually paid for it with the legal fees and the court fees and stuff. I don't like it was just a court process to get me out of jail to await my court date and into a facility because they didn't want me to run, even though I just wanted out. I didn't want to run. I just wanted out. I wanted out. And at that time, they probably had me in the holding tank by myself, so I was going nuts.
How long was you in jail for? I mean, as in how much time did you actually do over this?
When I was
Besides probation.
waiting, it was not a monumental amount. When I was waiting for bond, it was 55 days. And then I was sentenced to 96. I got time served. The 96 was what was left over.
Okay, so
Um,
this is what really, you know, it tightens my fucking tank. Okay,
okay.
this really pisses me off. Okay, so you in the predicament you're in. Okay, let's say you knew what you're doing, you didn't know what you're doing. Okay, but say it's not you. Okay,
Yeah.
a guy goes and gets with a younger girl, hurts that girl in some physical way, takes her virginity, and
Yeah.
messes her up for life. Okay, me, I go and uh, you know, get a couple of illegal guns for myself.
Oh
Didn't
yeah.
do nothing bad. Or you know, I smuggle foil or something, right?
Well, I think
I'm
a
hurt.
gun or a knife is too easy. I think we
I'm
should
just,
just
I'm just,
lynch.
I'm just saying, I'm hurting myself. You know,
Oh.
not going out to hurt nobody.
Yeah.
I get more time smoking drugs than you get.
I think
Being
that.
in
Yeah. No,
prison.
I agree with you. That's bullshit.
You know how long I was in
Uh.
prison for, man? I was in prison for 7 years.
Yeah, and you don't. You're a nice guy. You don't sound like you really deserve it. You remind me of a lot of the people that I like around here that are just actually genuinely nice people.
So I'm like, that's what really pisses me off.
Yeah, no, I get why that gets you, because you shouldn't have done a lot less time for bullshit, because it's not like you're a fucking monster or menace to society. You just you like drugs. That's okay.
No, 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 no. I don't like drugs no more.
Oh, well, yeah,
Back
well,
in my day, back in the day, I used to
still,
do
I
it.
mean, it's not like I won't hold it against you. I mean, my friend who gives me weed, he's got a bit of a cocaine habit, so
Oh man, I used to be on hell. I used to be hell on wheels. I was cooking the shit.
yeah, no, I get you. That's fine. I mean, honestly, I don't mind. I don't really judge people using drugs as long as they're not hurting anyone else.
Exactly. If you're hurting yourself, then you
If
shouldn't have to do that much time, right? That's like
Yeah, because
smoking vapes.
I have like a meth head friend, but she doesn't involve anyone else in her bullshit. She gets it herself. She doesn't hurt. She doesn't tries not to hurt any or affect anyone else with her garbage. And I'm like, oh, that's really nice of you.
And how
Let
much
her
time?
let
How much time would she get if she got caught with that stuff?
way too much because she's a wonderful woman for being a meth head.
She'd at least get 10 to 5, right?
Yeah, that sucks.
And you just
That,
got 45 to 55 days.
yeah, pretty much. Although I've heard of cases of people doing like what was it? There was a guy I was in with who legitimately really raped a baby who was going to prison for like 60 years or something.
That right there should be death penalty.
Yeah, no, I'd get you. Well, they probably killed him. He's probably dead. I'm just saying he probably didn't make it to my sentencing day because he went in before I was sentenced.
I
So he's
remember one
probably
time,
just
man, when I was locked up, there's this dude talking about what he did to his daughter. And,
Oh, dude,
well, listen,
that shit. Oh.
well, listen. I walked into the bathroom and, I told him, I told him he was a piece of shit. He said, what are you looking at? I said, I ain't figured it out yet. You know,
Ah.
he hit me 3 times. All right. So, I got paperwork on this. I'll get it out and have to show it to you sometime. I hit that dude as hard as I could one time, man, and I broke the whole side of his face. They gave me a
Oh
hate.
man, I don't blame you.
They
Like
gave
a
they gave me
guy,
they gave me a hate crime for it. They tried to
that's
add
bullshit.
years to me. Oh yeah, dude.
Dude,
I
hate
got
hate crimes are like, especially because the guy was bragging about it. That's one thing I when I talk about it, I don't fucking brag. I don't talk about it as a good thing, a positive thing. No, no, it ruined my life, and it fucked a lot of people up. So
you
I
have
don't
room
talk.
to teach people. Hey, you don't do this. No.
Yeah, I try. I like if I can hell if I get a voice at all out there, it's gonna be advocating against that shit because I mean fucking it doesn't help. It doesn't improve. Hell, it fucked up my life for a good while. I'm just now like hell. I may not have gone to prison, but I was kind of in a prison of my own making for a while.
In your own head, you were stuck in your own head.
Yeah, yeah, kind of. Yeah, I just like honestly, this was part of doing this stream and because I've been exposed so many times. I just kind of like at this point being so open with it. It's like kind of like the overcoming it, getting out of that in my own head kind of thing.
Well, it's good to be open about situations like this. I mean,
Oh yeah, no,
well,
I love to be able to actually talk openly about it, even with someone who's like might be sour about it. It's like, well, that's not me anymore. Anyways, like hell, if if you go by science, the human body regenerates all of its cells every 7 years. So I'm definitely a different person over the last 12 years.
I tell you what though, but that house, though, boy, that house. You need to clean that house, man.
I gotta pick up some clothes. I get you. There's clothes I gotta pick up on the floor. You're not wrong with that one. I'm a bit of a slob sometimes.
So, is this a new house from the one you used to live in?
No. Well, the one I used to live in was the one Godwinson Street viewed. Idiot. That was the 126 one. This is the one they swatted me, and that's in the SWAT call.
So I mean,
Um.
the one you were in when I was talking to you last time was the one that had the critters in it, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. No. That was a long time ago. That was in 138. Yeah, that one. Oof. That was because of Aaron. He brought bed bugs, but not entirely because me and Brandon we were slobs and got roaches too. But Aaron seemed, I don't know about now, but back then he refused to take a shower ever, and it seemed like whenever he was over, I would get bed bugs. And now it seems like everywhere he went, now that he's not in Battle Creek no more, they're no longer infested with bed bugs. So I kind of put two and two together, and I haven't had bed bugs since he left.
So do you got cockroaches or anything?
No, I had a little bit around my desk, but we get sprayed every month, so if they're here, I'll put traps out and try to get rid of them and clean up extra, but they get sprayed, so they're probably dying if they're here. I had a mouse in the house, and I made sure to put peanut butter on it. I didn't, because it was a
Put peanut
smart.
butter on it, huh?
It was smart. It was a smart mouse, so I couldn't put peanut butter right on the edge of the plunger like you usually have to, because it would just sneak the bitch off. So I had to put it all the way in on the inside and on the inside of the arm, so it had to lean on it and get stuck in it. Like I basically made him ensue his own demise.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, I will say when it comes to things like harmless things like that or video games, I'm kind of demented like that sometimes. But it's harmless because I don't believe in like actually putting that into like real life shit.
Speaking of that, the guy that did a video the other day that you showed me,
Yeah,
looks like a total idiot.
yeah,
Like you're gonna hit a look. I hate everything about how he hits his vape to how he talks.
yeah, yeah. No, I try not to interrupt my speech too much with the vape. I try to do it at intervals when I'm not talking.
Oh, not you. Just I'm talking about the guy that shot that video about you.
Oh,
What was his name again?
was that Godwinson?
I'm pretty sure that's who it was.
Yeah, yeah. No, he also has a smaller vape than I do.
It's like he's trying to hide it, but he's not doing a very good job at it.
No, and I don't care. I'll just fuck it. I'll vape, man. That's how I quit smoking. I celebrate that shit.
Look, I don't.
It's been
I don't smoke cigarettes, drink soda.
I don't smoke
Like,
cigarettes anymore. Like you knew me back then. I smoked like a fiend, and now I haven't smoked since 2020. And my lungs are much better than they used to be. I can actually walk a distance now without fucking losing my breath and getting all huffy.
and food tastes different, right?
Oh, I don't know about that. I didn't really notice that honestly, but cigarettes taste different. I can't stand the taste of them anymore. There's such a sharp chemical taste now. I hate
Yeah.
it. I can't even go back to smoking. I couldn't if I tried. That's why I tell people if you want to quit smoking, vape long enough and just wean yourself off the cigarettes, and eventually you won't be able to stand the taste of cigarettes anymore.
I
And
just
if
quit.
that's
I just cold turkey quit.
yeah, that's a little hard for me because like I have like all kinds of mental illness, and I know when I was a kid I had some kind of pica because I put shit in my mouth and would chew on everything, and I take bites out of books and shit. Um, but I know part of my smoking habit is an oral fixation. I just don't really know exactly what it is, but I do know it's a weird mouthfeel.
So I got a question before we end all this podcast or anything. Do you have anything specifically to say about Godwinson or to Godwinson that you want him to
Uh,
know?
if he thinks that, yeah, definitely. If he thinks that that last stream with the knockout, he needs to hear one thing. Hey, Godwinson, I didn't hear no bell, bitch.
So I got a question on that. Would you box him?
Oh yeah. I mean, he might have to gain some weight because he's a little smaller. I don't know if he's shorter than me because like I think it on my page it said 5'6", but I'm gonna tell you right now I have a picture where I'm taller than Kane Hodder, and Kane Hodder has to stand on a raised platform behind us to be taller than us. I know I'm not 5'6". I'm like 5'8", 5'9". I don't have to measure. But I don't know how tall Godwinson is or how much he weighs, but he looks like a string bean. So, if he's short enough, I might just be able to pick the motherfucker up.
So you're gonna make him your bitch.
I mean, I could.
It's something
He
I would
looks
love to
small
see.
enough. Like if he ever got into that kind of state with me, I'm a wild fighter. Like
So I mean, are
I don't know
you?
much.
Is this you calling him out?
I mean, if
If
he
you're
said those, I will say he did say those were fighting words, so he kind of threw the first shot at that one.
so if he says yes, I'll box you. Will you do it?
Oh yeah, if he wants to make a trip to America, or I can somehow find a way to meet him somewhere, fuck it, let's go. I don't know how that will arrange because I don't unless he talks to his government. I don't think I can even go to London.
Well, because you charge.
Yeah, yeah. There's other countries that'll probably let me in, but none. I think a lot of them are mostly Eastern European.
And look, I think you're banned from Canada too.
Oh, that's okay. They kill their citizens. I'm fine with that. Uh,
How do they kill
MAID
their
is
citizens?
it's called MAID. It's euthanasia, medically assisted death, and they're pushing it on the poor and the disabled in Canada right now. And not all those people want to die. Most of them want to live, but they're being forced into suicide as the only alternative to not essentially being dead or being medical dead or some shit like that.
Greatest ally says ally Israel. Sorry, my guy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Godwinson. He says, "Do you have any final questions for Xenis slash 666 slash fuck it? What I don't know what his name's gonna be tomorrow."
Yeah, that's okay. I go by many names. I've changed them over the years. At one
Thank you
point,
for the
when I was against Life in a Tent, I just used my real name some of the time.
Well, let's not do that because I don't want you to get stream sniped on my channel.
Oh no, I mean, it's, if someone wants to try, I don't know, but all I know is I'm not worried about my name getting out there. It's already out there. All my stuff's already out there. At this point, I consider myself undoxable because I'm permadox. So fuck it.
I mean, you did put yourself out there on that.
Oh yeah, that's
I'm
hey.
saying.
I'm gonna. That's one thing that I'm just gonna ride it. Like I'm just gonna own that at that point. Like it's always been an issue and a thorn in my side, but I'm not gonna let it be a thorn in my side any longer.
So I got a
It's like you
question.
want.
Why does the light keep going on and off in the back room there, bud?
Oh,
Turn it off.
there's a TV in there that I haven't unplugged, and it keeps like resetting itself because it's on a timer.
All right, that's pretty creepy.
Yeah, no, I have a system in there that I have set up too, and yeah, and it's a bunch of stuff. I'm using his room for like a console gaming room at the moment, basically.
Well, with them words right there, I'm gonna stop this
But I
stream.
might have I've got a few options like uh you were talking like I know I was talking I've got a few options for replacement roommates for like cuz like friends that I have um
We talked earlier, and you said Robert.
Oh
You
yeah,
might want
Robert's a
Robert.
possibility. That's for sure. I enjoy Robert's company. He's as much as the video, as much as Full Force would have you think otherwise. Robert is a mostly a wonderful guy who sticks his neck out for his friends, and he just spurgs a lot, and he's very loud and very mouthy. He talks a lot of shit.
Robert's not too bad. You just gotta know how to talk to him.
Yeah, and you gotta know how to handle him. Like I think with me, it's just I've been around people like that. I've been around mentally ill all my life. Like I used to go to a camp that was a lot of them were people that couldn't barely talk. So some of them had missing limbs. It's like I went to a camp of like it was a Bible camp, but they had a section for like heavily disabled people. So
Well, with that being said, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and end this stream, and I'll tell you what, I will get on here sometime tomorrow or sometime this week, and we'll play some Fallout.
oh yeah, that should be fun.
So everybody,
Yeah.
have yourselves a good night, and
Yeah.
stay cheesy, I guess.
Yeah, I hope everyone gets a good night's sleep and has a good day tomorrow.